morning, students. In the last class, we were discussing about the characteristic features or characters of the kingdom fungi. Okay, so we have to discuss the last character about reproduction and their habitat. Okay, so first of all, I have told you kingdom fungi, which is a unique kingdom among the living organisms, and the organisms which comes under the kingdom fungi, they are heterotrophic organism with cell wall. Okay, with the cell wall, and there is a variety of means there is a different varieties of morphological characters and their habitat. Okay, so some common examples also had given: edible mushroom or toadstool, that is a poisonous mushroom; wheat rust on the white spots you can see on the leaves of mustard plant, that is also one of the fungi. Okay, except that many things I had told you. So in the last I have to tell that about their mode of nutrition. Okay, among kingdom fungi, what is the mode of nutrition? First of all, the fungi, some of them are, see, most of them are heterotrophic. Heterotrophic means they are depending on others. Others means on whom they are depending. They are depending or they are observing the food, that food is in the form of soluble organic matter. Okay, they observe organic soluble organic matter. Okay, what they are going to observe? They are going to observe the soluble organic matter. From where they are observing this organic matter means from dead substrates or dead material or matter. If they are feeding or getting something organic matter, that is the food for them, if they are getting from the dead organisms, then that type of fungi or that type of heterotrophic fungi, we can call it as the saprophytes. What it is? They are known as the saprophytes. Okay, the next here, those and some of the organisms live depending on the other animals or plants by surviving in their body, or either in their body or either on their surface of the body. See, some of them lives in or depends on plants or animals. And such type of fungi, what we can call? We can call it as the parasites, which are depending on other plants or other animals, that it is known as the parasites. And one more very important thing, we live in association with the algae. Algae, you know, it comes under the kingdom plantae. It is one group of plants, algae. If fungi and algae both are living with one another, for example, this is the fungi and this is the algae, they are living very close to each other, as in relation, what we call. Okay, so such a type of relation or such a type of how the nature of living, what we can call symbionts. Okay, if fungi and algae are living as in symbionts, then it is known as that particular structure, this whole structure, this is the algae and this is the fungi. This particular structure, we can call it as the lichens. What it is? Lichens. What is lichens means? Fungi lives with the or fungi is associated with algae. That is known as the lichens. And one more is there. Some of the fungi will live in a very close contact with the roots of higher plants. This is root of higher plants. See here, this is root of higher plants. You can observe, if this is the soil and this is the root, Here, fungi is going to grow around this root. This is also in relation with the roots. This one is the root, and this one is the fungus. Okay, this is a relation between the roots and the fungi, and this we can call altogether we can call it as the mycorrhizae. Mycorrhizae. What it is? One fungi living with algae. It is known as the lichens. Fungi living with the roots. It is known as the mycorrhizae. Okay, so in this sense also the fungi can live in association with other organisms. One is lichen and the another is mycorrhizae. Next, we will see about the reproduction, how they are going to reproduce here. See here. Next is reproduction in fungi. Here, reproduction takes place by both the methods, that is sexual and sexual method. Okay, so here reproduction in fungi takes place by first vegetative means. Vegetative means that is a asexual method. Okay, vegetative means. In bracket I will write asexual method. Okay, in vegetative also there are many, or in asexual also there are many methods of reproduction. In fungi, here some of the fungi will undergo into the vegetative means or asexual reproduction. What are the different methods here means that it is fragmentation, fission and budding. Here vegetative means what are that methods means fragmentation, where the body gets broken into the pieces, fragments. The next, that is the budding. Buds are going to form. Then one more, that is fission. Body divides. Okay, that is the fission. The next, asexual reproduction. See here, vegetative means are this one. And especially basically asexual, how it is going to take place. Asexual is by spores. Asexual method, that is by spores. Spores means these are some specialized cells which are mainly meant for the reproduction. Okay, specialized cells meant for the reproduction. That we can call it as the spores. And that spores which are under asexual reproduction, that spores we can call it as the conidia. What we can call? We can call it as the conidia. What do you mean by asexual spores? Are the conidia, are called as the conidia. Okay, conidia. One more name is there, sporangiospores. Sporangiospores, and one more name is there, sporangiospores. More is there are zoospores. These are the names of different spores which are under reproduction. What are they? Conidia, or sporangiospores, or zoospores. Okay, so this is about what? Vegetative means or asexual means. Next we will see about the sexual method. Here you see. Next. sexual reproduction. As I told you, fungi will exhibit both sexual and asexual. Okay, both the types of reproduction is going to take place by whom? By the fungi. Sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction means fusion of gametes. Okay, here that fusion, that is also going to take place by the spores. Okay, how in asexual reproduction spores are going to form? Here the spores are going to fuse. For example, this is one spore, this is the another spore. They are going to fuse. Here in sexual reproduction. Then in asexual, this spore will give rise to a new fungi. Only one spore. There is no fusion. There is no mating of two gametes. Okay, but here there is a fusion of where? In sexual reproduction. Fusion of two gametes. Whatever gametes I am saying, that here we are calling it as the spores. Okay, these are some specialized cells. So, sexual reproduction, this is also going to take place by different types of spores. What are that? Means oospores. Oospores. Then ascospores. And one more, basidiospores. Ascospores, oospores, there are three different kinds of spores by which sexual reproduction is going to take place. That is oospores, ascospores and basidiospores. Okay, and here the various spores are going to produce in a distinct structures. Either it may be oospore, ascospore, basidiospore, any spore which will undergo into the sexual reproduction, they are going to form or produce into a specialized structure or a distinct structure to which we can call it as the fruiting bodies. Fruiting bodies. Okay, inside these fruiting bodies, the spores are going to produce. If this fruiting bodies releases the spores, then it is going to mate with some other spore. Okay, so fusion is going to take place, so that we can call it as the sexual reproduction. What it is? In a specialized or distinct structure, these spores are going to form, and that is known as the fruiting bodies to this structure. We can call it as the fruiting body in which the spores are going to form. Okay, and here the sexual reproduction or the sexual in the life cycle of the fungi, whoever undergoing into the sexual reproduction, it has some steps. What steps? Let's see here. Here, the sexual cycle involves the following three steps. Sexual cycle involves the following three steps. Okay, what are that? Whatever the fungi which are undergoing into the sexual reproduction, that particular sexual reproduction has three steps. Okay, which we are calling it as a sexual cycle. So first one, it is the plasmogamy. First is the plasmogamy. Plasmogamy means fusion of protoplasm. Okay, so sexual reproduction means where the two spores are going to fuse. Okay, if spores are going to fuse from the two different species or from the two different varieties of the fungi. Okay, so these two spores, these are the cells. The cells will have the nucleus and other cell organelles. Cytoplasm will be there, plasma membrane will be there, and other living cell organelles will be there, such as endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, everything will be there. Okay, so what do you mean by protoplasm here means? plasma membrane with cell organelle, we can call it as the protoplasm. If cells are going to fuse, their protoplasm is also going to fuse. See, this is the fusion. In the next stage, fusion. In the next stage, you can see whatever the cytoplasm of this cell and this cell, they are going to, both are going to fuse. And the plasma membrane you see here, this is the outer envelope of the cell. Plasma membrane, this is also going to fuse. Like this. Okay, this is the first step. Plasmogamy. Plasmogamy means fusion of protoplasm. Okay, otherwise you can also say plasma membrane with the cytoplasm. That is also known as the protoplasm. Here the plasma membrane as well as the cytoplasm is going to fuse. Okay, so here fusion of protoplasm can be takes place between the two motile or non-motile spores. Now, next comes the meaning of motile spores. Okay, or motile gametes. What are gametes here? They are the spores. Motile means what? For example, these two are the gametes. Motile means they have some flagella-like structure. And here, inside this, there is a presence of nucleus. If cytoplasm is going to form, then what about the nucleus? Nucleus, it will also get fused. After fusion, first protoplasm is going to fuse, the next nucleus is going to fuse. Like this. Okay, here you can see plasmogamy, and here you can see karyogamy. Karyogamy means these two nucleus are going to fuse in this next stage. Okay, that is the karyogamy. Then what is the third step here? Means meiosis in zygote resulting in haploid spores. Meiosis in zygote resulting in haploid spores. First of all, you see there is a presence of nucleus. Nucleus means it will have some chromosomes. That is the genetic material. Here it will be N chromosome. Haploid means 23 chromosomes. This is the haploid. One set, 23 means one set of chromosome. Okay. Two set means 23 plus 23. It will become 46. Okay. That is the diploid. This one, you can call it as the haploid. Every cell will have the nucleus. That nucleus will have the genetic material. Okay, that genetic material will have, if it is having one set of chromosome, one set of chromosome means it will include 23 chromosomes. Okay, then diploid means two sets of chromosomes. Okay, the spores or the gametes, whatever they are going to form, that it will be haploid. Haploid plus haploid, it will become here diploid. Okay, what it will become? It will become diploid. So this diploid cell, what after fusion, whatever the cell is going to form, to that we can call it as the zygote. What you can call after fusion of male with female gamete, a resultant cell is going to form, that we can call it as the zygote. So this zygote, here I will show, which is after diploid. This is the zygote. So the zygote will undergo into the meiosis division. Meiosis division means what? Mitosis and meiosis, these are the two different types of cell division. Okay, mitosis means equational division, meiosis means reductional division. If a diploid cell undergoes into the mitosis, they will form a daughter cells or the new cells that it will also be the diploid. Okay, if a diploid cell is undergoing into the meiosis, that is the reductional, then it will form a haploid cells. This is the mitosis and this is the meiosis. Mitosis, which is also known as the reduction, equational division, meiosis, which is also known as the reductional division. In the further chapters, you will what is the mitosis and what do you exactly mean by meiosis. Till that, this is the basic information of about the mitosis and the meiosis. So the zygote which is formed there, it is diploid. It will undergo into the meiosis division, that is the reductional division, and here it will form the two cells, two new cells, and that it will be the haploid. Yes, sir. So that zygote again it is going to form the haploid spores. Understood? Once again I will tell you here, this is the cycle of sexual reproduction. One haploid spore from one fungi, another haploid spore from another fungi, they will get fused. First, what is going to happen over here? Protoplasm, cytoplasm and plasma membrane are going to fuse in this form. Then the whole cell is going to fuse. Whole cell is going to fuse means their nucleus is also going to fuse. Already they are haploid and haploid. If that haploid and haploid cells are going to fuse, then it will form a diploid zygote. Diploid cell. Further, that cell we can call it as the zygote. Then again the zygote will undergo into the meiosis. To form what? To form the spores. Again the spores will again undergo into the fusion when fungi gets matured. Okay, again this cycle will be continued in whom? In the fungi who are reproducing sexually. Understood? So this is about what? About the steps in sexual cycle. First is plasmogamy, karyogyny, and production of haploid spores. Okay.